Welcome to our 111th day on the trail. We have 3 readings for today. From John chapter 1 verses 19 through 51, Numbers 18 verses 1 through 32, and Judith 14 verses 1 through 10. We continue our journey through the Gospel of John in chapter 1 verses 19 through 51. Here, we find the story of John the Baptist and the call of the first disciples of Jesus. But for today, I would like to focus on the call of Philip and Nathanael, which is only found here in John's Gospel. Beginning in verse 43. The next day, Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip and said to him, "Follow me." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph from Nazareth." Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." At first, Nathanael does not seem very excited to meet Jesus. After all, Nazareth was an insignificant town. It is not mentioned anywhere in the Hebrew Bible, the Talmud, or any contemporary writings in the first century. So why would God send the Messiah from a backwater town like Nazareth? However, look at Philip's response to Nathanael's view of Nazareth. He does not try to convince Nathanael, or argue his point, or badger him. Instead, Philip offers a simple invitation. Come and see. This is the exact same phrase that Andrew uses when he invites Simon Peter to meet Jesus. This modest invitation is profound in its simplicity. Philip does not need to convince Nathanael of anything. Jesus himself will do that. Philip only needs Nathanael to come and see him. Yet, there is an underlying foundational element to this simple request that is incredibly important. What is the central point of Philip's request? Why would Nathanael even consider Philip's invitation to begin with? Trust. For Nathanael to be willing to come with Philip, Nathanael first had to trust him. Now Nathanael goes with Philip because he trusted him. Philip's argument wasn't convincing, but Philip himself was. So this leads us to a question that we might want to ask ourselves. Are we the kind of friend that Philip was to Nathanael? Have we developed trusting relationships among our friends and family so that when we invite them to come and see, they believe that we are worth following? So Nathanael follows Philip to meet Jesus. Beginning now in verse 47. When Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him, he said of him, "Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael asked him, "Where did you get to know me?" Allow me to stop here for a second. I love Nathanael's response here. Notice that he does not deny that he has no deceit. Nathanael is someone who speaks his mind. After all, he is not wrong. What good can come from Nazareth? Well, he is about to find out. Continuing now in verse 48. Jesus answered, "I saw you under the fig tree before Philip called you." Nathanael replied, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Philip had invited Nathanael to meet Jesus, the one he believed that Moses wrote about in the law, and the one that the prophets had hoped for. Nathanael, the one who speaks his mind, jumped right past what Philip said about Jesus and proclaims that Jesus is the Son of God and the King of Israel. And again, he is not wrong. However, does he know what that really means? Well, maybe not completely, and Jesus calls him on it. Now in verse 50, Jesus answered, "Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these." And he said to him, "Very truly, I tell you, you will see heaven opened and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. Jesus is saying, Nathanael, you have seen this one thing, that I saw you under the fig tree, and that one thing changed how you see me. But now you will see a lot more, Nathanael. But then Jesus shifts from talking to just Nathanael to speaking to the group who is gathered there. Jesus says, very truly, I tell you, you will see heaven opened. The word you here is plural in the Greek text. Jesus is now speaking to all who will dare to come and see. If you come and see, if you make that first journey to see Jesus, you will see so much more. The image that Jesus then uses of angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man recalls a story from the book of Genesis, chapter 28, that we covered on day 17, the story of Jacob's dream in Bethel. If you recall, Jacob was leaving the land promised to Abraham for an uncertain future. He was escaping his brother Esau after defrauding him of his birthright and lying to his father Isaac. That night in Bethel, Jacob has a dream where a ladder is placed on earth and reaching into heaven with angels ascending and descending upon it. Jacob calls this place the gate of heaven. Now Nathanael and those gathered with him that day learn that Jesus is the gate, not a place, but a person, the one through whom humans encounter God, the one who descended from God and will ascend again, and the one through whom we too can ascend to the Father. Like the ladder which Jacob saw that night in Bethel, Jesus connects the height of God's kingdom directly to the muck of our brokenness and the uncertainty in our world. Like Jacob's ladder, we are reminded that Jesus came to this earth because God wants to be with us, to have a living relationship with us, to be connected to us here on the earth today. And this ladder invites us to begin that courageous climb toward a life with Him, beginning right now. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, stay on the trail.